Greetings, fellow Salt Ancestors, and welcome to another video on solo RPGs. Today, I want to talk to you about These Stars Will Guide You Home, which is a small journaling RPG, which I backed as part of Zine Quest 2023. This one finally arrived in the mail. I mean, I had the digital file much sooner, but I was waiting to play it until I could hold the final product. And oh my god, this art. I absolutely love it. I think it conveys the theme of this game very, very well. In this game, you are the final survivor, if we can say, of a civilization. You had to leave your home in order to escape something, and I'll explain to you how you set that up. And then it details your journey. So the first part of the game, you're journeying across the sea, encountering various obstacles, coming across islands, and as the game progresses, you have to settle somewhere. It's a bit of a push your luck. Do you continue hoping to find a better island? Do you stay here? Every island has its pros and cons, so you kind of develop your own story. And then the second part of the game, which as part of Kickstarter they suggested you do later, is that you finish the first part, wait a week or two so that the story fades a bit, and then you do sort of the epic of the story. So you write a summary of the journey. So it's now 100 years later, the original account of the journey is lost, and you're sort of, recreating it through Go based on the stories you've been told. So it's kind of neat in a Homer sort of way. And so I'll show you how this works. This actually is a very rules-light affair, journaling. You run it through a deck of cards for prompts, and it's not even a full deck of cards. It requires only spades and hearts for prompts. And you will also need a coin of some kind for a, heads or tail situation. So, the way this begins. First, you need a blank X map, which from the website you can get a nice big size here. Now, ignore the writing in the middle. That just is the one I used for my latest game. The first thing you would do is label the axes of this map with the name of different constellation. And the atlas that comes with the game gives you the two groups of stars that you have to put on one side, the second group on this side. And then as you travel from X to X, you will come to the intersection of two constellations. And based on one of the 4 star maps, you choose one at the beginning, it will tell you which island you find. So it's a very good play to, a good way to add a bit of replay. A very random sort of map for travel. And so in the beginning, you just label these 2 axes and you start by creating your backstory. So, who you are. So you can choose if you're running away from war, running from a curse, from a plague, from famine, from justice, or towards a prophecy. Overall, your group is made up of about 800 people spread across 13 ships. You can name the ships if you wish. I did do that. I thought that was neat. It's useful because some events as you go might cause you to lose ships, add ships, whatever. So it's good to keep track. In my case, like this game here, I was running away from war. Basically, we knew we were going to lose. So, our ruler puts most of the efforts into building the ship so that most of the people, well, not most, but some of the people could escape and rebuild elsewhere while they defended the bare minimum, to slow down the attack. And that's how we left. So that's the backstory, but it could be that you had to leave because there was no food, or maybe, a new ruler came in and now you're running from the law. Who knows? This game, again, emphasizes a lot the storytelling aspect more than the rules. This is not the kind of game you need to overcomplicate. You can go as detailed as you want. I found this game to be very snippy. I actually enjoyed not over-detailing the journaling also, but I'll show you what I mean with that. So, the first thing you do is pick an X. So say we would go to the intersection of Sirius and Vega, which is where I started in my thing. This is the X we're traveling to. Then we draw a journey prompt. So that means we draw a card and we look in the journey prompt, that's actually in here, to see what happens. So this is not the island, this is just what happened on the first leg of the journey before we reached it. And then it is, in this case, an ancient prophecy is cited. The signs are clear. The next island will be your new home, says its believer. What are these signs, and what does the prophecy say? Flip a coin twice if you decide not to settle on the next island and add both exhaustion value. So exhaustion value is actually what brings the story to an end. So as you reach a different island, you will see most of them have a coin next to its name like this. So when you do this, you have to flip a coin. And if it is, now I can remember if it's heads or tail. If the result, flip a coin, the results represent your crew's exhaustion. Head is 1 exhaustion, tail is 2. So again, your crew is starting to lose a bit of morale as the journey goes on and on. You can also add exhaustion, by drawing 2 spades cards in a row as part of your journey. And also some event can cause exhaustion to accumulate. But in this case, we would resolve this so they think that, actually this was a good example of that. And and then we would visit the island. So then we would go to the star chart. We said we're going to Vegas and Sirius, so that's Cyclos. We would find Cyclos in here, and I'm not going to spoil everything, but I will take a moment to show you. There's really good art in this little game, like considering that it's a very small indie production. So this would be the island. There would be a description of the island, and then some options that you can choose to prompt your story going forward. And that is basically how the game is played. So you would do a quick summary of the event. So as we're navigating, I heard some of the crew member talk about an old prophecy. They're saying the signs are clear. We had to flee. You could even make some backstory about the prophecy. And then, so they're really expecting to settle here. But then maybe you come on an island that's really inhospitable. So then you would have to move on and push forward. That would draw the exhaustion, but you could also detail the, lack of content. And so this would continue. So you would continue to draw a journey prompt, and you would set all the prompts you're drawing aside. So cross-referencing the prompt again, choosing a new X to travel that will give you your next island, until basically from a storytelling perspective, you think it's time to stop, or because you've reached 8 exhaustion. And then part 1 of the game is over. Then, so this is like an example of this play, which is great. These are journey prompts. Then we have the epic. So we're now 100 years later. You choose what kind of person you are as you're reconstructing the story. So you're a descendant of the sailors that were happy to come, a descendant of people that the sailors left behind, depending, that can spin the story. And then you would draw a number of cards from your journeys. So basically you would take all the cards you set aside, including your last one, obviously, and then you would draw some, use them to retell the story of the journey that happened. And this will become the tale of your journey. So it's kind of a neat way to end the game. Like there's what actually happened and there's what went down in history as happening, which is again colored by the person who tells the story. And also the main event of what happened in the journey. So it's possible that the leader of the fleet became a Tauren, so basically depending on how the settlement came down, like did it go well, did it go poorly, and who you are, it can color the way you retell the obstacle and the overcoming that you went through earlier. So this is a very short, as you can tell, very short little game. Again, you have the rules, so to speak, and the little atlas. It is so well done. Okay, first of all, this is really solid paper. It's a good construction. It's a very good little package. Because there's only a little bit of back and forth, I think this is one that you could just get a PDF for and navigate very easily. Although again, this art is so pretty. I'm not mad I have it, if you get what I mean. This is very nice. And I think it conveys its theme very well. Plays super snappy. You could do easily do your journey in one evening. And again, I let time pass to sort of mimic it, just in my memory also, to not remember so vividly what just happened before you do the retelling. It's fun, it's clever, it's a good little production. So if this is something you would like, if you wanted to draw your own little odyssey someday, then I recommend you check it out. And these stars will guide you home. Thank you for watching, and I wish you a very good day.